Oh, wait. See, so Tabitha, I did mess up. Now I have you on the screen. So we're going to have Tabitha on the screen while I do the intro here. But it's much better sight than me anyway. So everybody, welcome to the weekly HDI Local Chapters live stream show. I was just talking pre-show about how I'm not so good at this technology thing. Being IT, that's funny. But anyway, let's get started. So our show is brought to you by Robert Half. It's a talent solutions firm and leading provider of technology professionals that are needed to build, deploy, and operate technology in the cloud and digital world. You can browse candidates, you can search for jobs, you can access additional valuable information on hiring and career insights online at roberthalf.com. So let's go and show you the whole guest panel today. We actually have 3 guests on our show today, and we are going to talk about something. This is kind of a special episode where we're going to talk about a special event that the HDI Local Chapters puts on yearly for their officers. And hopefully it'll encourage some of our listeners to join HDI and become an officer once they hear how cool this stuff is. So let me introduce our guests. Today we have Kristi Lawrence, who is the VP of Communications for our Motown chapter in Detroit, Michigan, and she is a newly district president for the Southland district in the United States. And we also on the panel have Tabitha Ishman, VP of Communications for the Steel City chapter in my hometown, Pittsburgh. Welcome, Tabitha. And finally, the legendary Tony North, even though he looks a day over 25, as we were talking about in the show. Tony is currently, because he's been all over HDI, right? He's currently the VP of Finance and the Webmaster for the Seattle, Washington chapter. And Tony is also, at least since I've been going to summits, has been our MC and basically the host of our event that we have. So welcome to the show, Kristi, Tabitha, and Tony.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So we have the guests on. We picked these guests for the show for a reason. One, we have Tony, who, if you listen, paid attention to what I said, he's the veteran of our summits and our HDI and things like that. Tabitha is a rookie, so to speak. She's never been to an in-person summit. And then Kristi's kind of in between. But the specialty about Kristi is she has been working behind the scenes for the past couple of years to put these kind of events together. So it's really cool. So Tony, I want to start with you. How many summits have you been to? Do you even remember? How many of these do you have, Tony? Come on, you probably got them on the wall.
That's right. 20.
20. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Holy cow.
20 summits.
Right. So, Tony, let me ask you, what does Summit offer people? Why do you go? Why have you been to 20? I mean, you don't have to go to them. So what drives you to go?
Things change so fast in technology. And we're all in jobs where technology impacts that work. And so when you can all get together, part of the reason why I've been part of HDI for so long is when you can all get together and talk about the different challenges that you have, you're able to actually reflect upon and listen to other people, the way that they've solved things, and potentially come up with solutions yourself. So it's a great way to have a sounding board, share information, and learn.
Absolutely. So Tabitha, having heard some of the things from your chapter, because I know your chapter officers have been talking about it for the last couple of years. What are you hoping to get out of your first summit, in-person summit? Because we talked pre-show. You went to last year, which was a virtual summit, which was drastically different than the in-person ones that Tony and Kristi can tell you. So what are you hoping to get out of that?
So on the monthly calls, there's been a lot of talk about diving into the web platform that we use, SilkStart. So I definitely say as like the webmaster and also like the VP of communications, I just am looking forward to learning everything I can just to get some better skills. Also, there's a lot of great people going that are sharing email techniques and newsletters and just ways of engaging people. And since I work in marketing, it's always nice to share that kind of information and learn that knowledge from the group.
That's so true. So true. So Kristi, to you, we mentioned that you're on the show because you are kind of behind the scenes, but what do you enjoy about Summit? Like, you've been to a few. How many have you been to?
4, including the virtual. Yep.
Awesome.
I love it because it energizes me. I mean, in my work with HDI in general, to be very honest, there probably 3 years ago, I went and I was kind of debating leaving the board. Things were crazy at work. And I went and it just took on like a whole new meaning for me. You go there and everybody is so wonderful. I mean, this organization, everybody is just so kind and willing to share information, and they get what we're going through. Like Tony said earlier, we're all going through some of the same things. So it's just great to be able to talk to people, and it's a huge energizer for me.
Yeah, and I got to say, I was going to add on to something. Like, I've gone to two. Yeah, I've gone to two plus the virtual. And I remember, when my chapter was just crazy about going in there. And I want to mention to the audience that the people that go to this, they're all volunteers in the HDI Local Chapters organization. And this summit, minus the virtual one, the in-person ones are Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So these people willingly give up their weekends to travel to go to this event. So that should say enough about how fun and important it is. And, most people, may take a day or two off of vacation time from work to go just to be there either early or don't leave early on Sunday so they can get back in time. So it's really awesome. So Kristi, again, I'll go back to you. Tell us a little bit about what's involved. I mean, we said this is a volunteer event. And people put this together, volunteers. So what's it like, putting one of these together? I mean, it's not like you get paid to do this.
No, but I think everybody does it because it's such a great event and they want to be involved in making it a better event. And I don't know, I think Tony and Tom, you can probably both speak to that as well. It's just, as Sandy has said so many times, many hands make light work. And it's true. We all do a little bit because we all have our day jobs too, but we all do our part in it and help each other out and just get it going. So,
and you bring up another thing. I want to shout out to Sandy, our legendary Sandy. I remember my first year I didn't get to go the first year I was on the board. And I spent a year and a half probably or so before I got to go. And I went on these monthly local chapter officer calls, and I'm just seeing these awesome people. And I'm like, I couldn't wait to go meet these people, like people like that are on, some of our producers, like Brandon and Terry. These people were like just legends to me. I was like, these people are like these awesome people. And then I go and I also meet these even more awesome people like Tony. I didn't even know. I became friends with Tony, I think, in my first summit. And Doug, we all know Doug Raybold, who's been on the show. And so it's great. And Kristi, I think one of the things I would like to shout out to the people that put this together is that y'all work together, and it's not just like one or two people throw this together. There's like subcommittees that put this thing together, and it is so well done that no one person could. And that, like Sandy says, many hands. So it's really, really cool. So Tony, why do you keep coming back? I mean, you talked about some of the things, but there's got to be some fun things to this summit too, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, the thing about going to the summit is not just that, you're learning stuff and it's about your job. You also get to meet people. I mean, I know we talk, on the phone and we have conference calls and we get together for Zoom, but when you can actually sit down and actually understand why people are in those jobs and, what's important to them and life outside of the world, then you actually start bonding and having friends, not just colleagues. And so I've found that there's a group of friends that I just get excited every year to get together, and we learn from each other, not just, about, the technology, but life in general.
Absolutely. So Tabitha, having heard some of this, and I know you heard, you talked about the Silk Start, the package use, but what else are you looking forward to coming to this that excites you about going, maybe personally, not just like your role in HDI?
Yeah, well, I think me and you kind of talked about this before, and then also you just mentioned it again. I'm excited just to meet the people that I've been working with once a month for the past 2 years, and just network with them in person. You get on the monthly calls and you get to see everybody, like you said, like the legends, and just people that run the stuff behind the scenes. And they have such pride in the organization, and that was a big thing that pulled me into HDI to even get involved at a local level, and then even join the board. Was just the passion is there, and just making the organization better and better every year. I'm also just looking forward to just seeing what other people are seeing and just sharing stories and learning about the new things up and coming.
Yeah, and like Tony mentioned, I think it was Tony, you just mentioned this, like, you know, this organization has been going on for a very long time, and our meetings that we meet with other officers across the country, we've been doing it remotely for a long time, whether it be audio or video or things like that. And so it's always exciting to be able to get together and actually talk to the person or other people in groups. And I remember, like, you know, and we'll do this for Tabitha because she's going with a group from our chapter, is the greatest thing is to have people introduce you. You get like introduced to these people that you may not, you know, you don't have by the way, Tabitha, I'll just tell you, you don't have a choice. We're going to just introduce you to people. You don't get to sit in the corner. I know you won't anyway, but
No.
I know that was for me. That was the greatest thing. Like my chapter, I think our president at the time was Melissa Jackman, and her and Carrie just took me and they said, you have to sit at this table. And they walked away, and they made me sit at a different table with other people. and yes, Tony, believe it or not, back then I was an introvert. I'm still an introvert, I think, but I really was an introvert. And it was like, what the hell did they just do to me? But it was really cool. I got to meet a lot. Like, I remember back then, like some of the people that were like just legendary to me in the community were like Sandy and Mary, you know, from, I think it was the LA chat or
Mary.
County chat, you know. So
Mary Cruz, who has actually been there with me.
Yeah.
She was there from the very beginning. She was she a customer? I can't remember how, but she was there from the beginning.
Yeah, really, really awesome people. So let's see, Kristi, what can we expect from the event this year? Anything that's that you can share with us? Any details?
Well, there's always a lot of great information about, making your chapter better. So, there's definitely a focus on there, but it's not just that. It's leadership in general, networking beyond belief, which has already been mentioned a couple times here, but by people so passionate, and managing in a new post-COVID world. I mean, or at least we hope someday it's going to be a post-COVID world.
We have fun too, right? I mean, there's going to be some fun.
Absolutely.
So we're going to
NFL, right? Networking, fun, and learning.
Yeah, right. And we're going to do maybe a little bowling, and some people maybe do some dancing. Not me, but some people.
Maybe karaoke.
Not you, huh, Tom?
No, not me. I don't do karaoke. That's Tony. That's you and Doug.
Oh, come on.
I can't sing.
Listen, everybody karaoke's after the second drink.
Well,
Ooh,
yeah,
okay, wait a second. What has karaoke been about singing? Being able to sing?
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's not about skill. It's about fun.
Right.
That's right.
See, and that's lots of fun. So let me ask you this. So for Tony and Kristi, especially, this year will be the first time the event will be held outside of Colorado Springs. How do you feel about that?
I don't know, Kristi, how you feel? I'm actually really excited. I'm excited about it. Well, first of all, a little sad because there were certain people I always would go visit there. By the way, when I started the whole speaking thing with HDI, he is in Colorado Springs. Obviously, that's probably why HDI was there. But so I would always kind of go visit friends. But you know what? We really missed things on the East Coast. We really missed, things in the South. And so I really think it's a great opportunity to get different places. I think we'll see more people that couldn't always come to Colorado Springs and hear more things.
I agree. I'm a little sad that it won't be in Colorado Springs just because I think it's a beautiful place, and I hadn't been out there before, so it was a great place to visit. But this is a good chance for us to see other areas throughout the country. So,
what are you going to miss about the Colorado Springs event? I have one thing I know I'm going to miss. I only went to it once, so I know there's one thing I'm going to miss.
The Waffle House? You could still get there.
No. Oh, I forgot about the Waffle House. No. But Tom's Barbecue.
Yes.
Oh.
I got to go to his place the last time. Thank goodness I got to make it to that one. And so shout out to Tom Lewis, right? Is it Tom Lewis? Yeah. Shout out to Tom. Right. It was a great time. Him and his wife put on a really nice after summit barbecue. So yeah.
Well, we can still fly through there if we need to.
we were going to invite him, but then we changed venues a couple times, and so we're hoping, to get up. I know let me see if I can point to the right way over there. It shows we're going to be in Niagara. Well, we're going to be in Buffalo. Buffalo before all the snow. So people in October, Liz, shout out to Liz. She ensures us it won't snow before we get to the summit. So that'll be cool. So we're down to about less than 3 minutes to go. I told you the show goes quick. Any last things you'd like to share with the audience about HDI or the summit or anything? Let's start, Tabitha, we'll start with you.
I just think I'm excited because the HDI people are like the people you get on the Zoom call and they're like, turn on your camera. We need to see you. We need to interact with you, like be there with you, feel like we're speaking to you. So I just think being in a room or many rooms in Buffalo with that type of energy and that amount of people, just always having that type of attitude is going to be really exciting for me. I'm very outgoing though, so I'm more of an extrovert, I guess.
Awesome.
So I feed off of that.
Yeah, you will enjoy then. Kristi, what about you?
Well, Tom, I side more with you on that. I'm more of an introvert, but I don't think they let us be an introvert when it comes to the summit. I mean, complete strangers come up and hug you and you don't, I mean, I don't want to scare anybody, but you don't feel strange about it at all.
No.
So I'm sure that'll be a little change with COVID, but I'm just excited to see my people in person.
Yeah. How about you, Tony?
Learning. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we started it, is because, in the job that I do, I will actually learn things that immediately, can help me.
Absolutely. I know, and go back to like Kristi, and I'll give a little bit away to rookies like Tabitha, but I hope that we have the board, what did we call that? I don't know what we called the board where we put the Post-it notes and we left people messages.
I love it. Yeah, the right. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh.
But yeah.
Let's see if our people in the chat channel remember.
It's there from the day you start till the day you leave.
Yeah.
But every day you have to check it because somebody may have left you a note. And, it's really very encouraging, right? People see stuff about you that you don't see. People that don't even know you and just get introduced to you, but they see something and they share it on that board.
Yeah.
It's
almost like the written version of affirmations that we do.
Doug was saying it was testimonials and something like, I was going to say that, but I wasn't sure and I didn't want to give anything away about that.
Appreciation board.
Appreciation word. Yeah, and I gotta say the thing I liked about it was my very first year, I didn't know anybody outside of my chapter before I got there. And Tony, I could tell, I was shocked when I went up and there was one for me on the board and it wasn't from anybody in my chapter. That was the coolest thing ever. Like it really, as Kristi said, it energizes you when people that you don't even know just come up and say, hey, awesome job. Yeah. Well, we are out of time. That is the show. So I'd like to thank all of you, Kristi, Tabitha, Tony, for taking time out of your schedules to be on the show. And the audience was again, another great set of guests on our show. So just want to tell everybody, thank you for watching. And remember to follow us on Twitch and YouTube, like and subscribe. And we'd really ask that you subscribe to our channels and follow #HDI Local, because the bigger we grow, the more we get out there and the more people we can network with, which is what HDI is all about, is networking and meeting new people. So we'd like to thank everybody, and we will see you again next week.